What is up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Two Game Podcast. We are back to jump into The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 1. So if you have not watched anything of The Last of Us up through Episode 1 of Season 2, highly recommend pausing this video, coming back once you have caught up. We're going to be talking about full spoilers from this point forward. So Nick and I, we reviewed the entire first season of The Last of Us Season 1. Unfortunately, that is audio only, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all can find that on like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts. That is not on YouTube. I don't know. Maybe I'll go back and rewatch it at some point and give y'all some reviews on that. But that's enough of that. Let's jump into episode 1 of season 2. Sir, what did you think about the return of The Last of Us?
For those of you that did not watch season 1 recap or review, I have not played the games, so I don't know what to expect for anything. I have been spoiled a little bit from Primo's podcast, but for the most part, I don't know everything. I don't know anything that's going to happen. Bro, it's been a long time since I've been on this series, and I got to tell you, I was a little anxious, hesitant, a little nervous on a lot of the scenes. I was waiting for jump scares and shit like that. Like I had a little bit of adrenaline going, being back in this, but I liked it. It was a good episode, nice opening for the season. I think definitely had some drama happen over the last 5 years that we're having to catch up on.
I think it fits so well with season 1 and like continuity wise, like how it feels, the pacing of it, all that. I think they did a good job of kind of continuing all that through this one. I liked it a lot. You know, I've seen some season reviews of this already. I guess some critics saw all 7 episodes that are going to be released, and they say it's not as good as season 1. I mean, look, based on episode 1, I really enjoyed it. I kind of forgot how much I really enjoyed the show and the games just going through this. And for those out there, I have played both part 1 and part 2. Part 1 has been a very long time since I played that one, but part 2, we did a full review of that. That was like one of our first games that we reviewed on this podcast over 4 years ago. So I do have that background knowledge of that. So what we did in the first season was I didn't allude to any future spoilers. So you are safe. I'm not going to spoil anything past what is in episode 1. There is one thing that happened in this episode that I don't necessarily like, and I'm going to be that guy. I'm typically not like this. I mean, it's not going to be one of those things where I'm like fucking rioting because they made this one decision to change things up from the game. I'm not one of those. I'm seeing what they're doing, and I'm just going to take it for what it is, just a different type of medium to have this story. Do you know who Abby is in this game?
She was introduced in this episode, yes.
Yes. You know,
she gets introduced in this. I know in the game she's a lot more swole.
She's a lot more swole. She's beefy in the game, sir. She's not one to be trifled with. So right out the gates in this episode, they start off with her. In the game, you do not start off with her. You actually don't really meet her until maybe a couple hours into the game. And we also don't get a sense of who she is or what she's doing until much later in the game. And right out the gate, she and her entire group pissed off that Joel shot everybody up in the hospital. Timeline wise, it is completely different than the game.
Okay.
We don't know motivations or anything like that from Abby, and that is my biggest problem with this episode. I think pacing wise and having a little bit of a twist towards the back end of the game was really fucking nice to find out who she is and everything like that. We don't get that in this episode. We get her right out the gate saying who the fuck she is, what she wants to do. She's going after Joel. And And I'm not a big fan of that. It kind of takes
Uh,
the tension away from it for me
Yeah,
just a little
but
bit.
they have to set up the villain for this season.
You're true. This is true. It is a different medium for this type of story. So you can't. I guess you can't necessarily hold the villain. I mean, fucking Daredevil Born Again held the villain for like 5 episodes, and then you know what? Let's not even get started on that, okay? Because I'll start ranting. I guess you can't technically hold the villain that long and give her motivations. Like 2/3 throughout the season. So I get it. Like I said, I'm not going to riot about it, but it sucks because I liked the way the game told it a little bit better than what is going to happen so far. But hey, things might change later this season. It might change my mind about it. We'll see. But overall, I thought it was a great episode. That tension. Whew.
Yep.
The marketplace scene. Now, both of them fall through the floor in the game.
Oh, it's not just
It's not just Ellie. But,
okay.
dude, when I saw the truck and they had to climb up that truck into the thing, I was like, bro, that's in the fucking game, bro. Like, look, it's not very often I get to watch a show or a movie or something like that that's based on a game that I've already played previously. So I get to have those moments for once. And I mentioned this on one of the episodes previously that we've done, but yeah. And the flash, not it wasn't a flashback scene. The moment at the party in the barn
Yeah,
that
where
happens, like
Joel.
pushes old dude.
Yeah. Now it wasn't for the same reason.
No, that is almost like how it played out was just about 1-to-1 how it played out in the game. Difference is when it happened. It doesn't happen anywhere near the beginning of the game. But I gotta say, Isabel Mercer, the girl that plays Dina in the show,
Mm-hmm.
bro,
The best friend right now. Yeah.
yeah, really, I think she's doing a great job with the character. To be honest with you, her acting is really kind of infectious. She's very charismatic in that role, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, dude, yeah, let's get some backstory on her. I like her. Like I don't know if I don't know if I necessarily remember liking Dina in the game as much as I do in the show. Just one episode through. I mean, I like Dina in the game, but as of right now, if I just had to predict based on how I feel about her right now, yeah, I think I could love her easily more than the game. We'll see.
She's definitely the spicy best friend that's going to cause trouble.
Absolutely. So Dina, really great. Another character that we get is Catherine O'Hara. Oh, Kevin's mom from Home Alone.
The drunk
Dude,
psychiatrist. Yeah.
dude, that was a great scene. Probably my favorite. Nah, I don't know. The barn scene was pretty damn good. But I
No, and she's a
love
made
the
up character for the show.
yes, I don't ever remember her being in the game. I mean, she could be, but
From
nobody
what I
important.
googled, because she's talking about her husband, and evidently in the game, Joel kills her husband.
Yes, it's a kind of a offhand thing that happens. It's not like oh, hey, I'm Eugene, bam, kind
Right.
of thing. But I thought that scene was great. We have Joel who's paying for his therapy with weed, which is just great. Um, and the therapist Catherine O'Hara. Just the fact that she's like tired of his bullshit and she's not gonna like really cater to him and try to validate his feelings, and she just calls him on his bullshit. Just really damn good.
Mm-hmm.
And then they throw in that little tidbit. It goes from this like playful kind of vibe between the two of them to this, you killed my fucking husband. And I was like, God damn, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
I,
where the
I,
fuck did that
I,
come
I,
from?
I honestly, truly fucking hate you, and I hate seeing you every fucking time you're in here, but I'm doing my job. And I really want some weed, even though you gave me nothing but stems.
Right? It was a crazy scene with a lot of different emotions that I really appreciated. It just changed on a whim, and then right back to okay, we'll see you next week, kind of thing. Or tell me what bothers you the most,
Right.
and the stuff with Joel, and I think Pedro Pascal is doing really great so far, kind of changing the emotions of his character in part two. Because I think at the very beginning of the game, Joel does have that kind of self-reflection vibe where he's kind of more quiet, a little bit. Uh, he's not as much of a hard ass, so to speak, as he was in the first game. So I think he's
He's
doing a
kind of
good
fallen
job of
into
kind of
that.
playing that.
Yeah, he's kind of fallen into that father role.
Yeah, the
And
I'm
now that
comfortable.
yeah, and now that they're in an environment where they can be not on edge all the time and kind of have more of a home life.
Yeah, but then he's also like he can flip the script in a moment's notice because like while he's more personable and a little bit more easygoing with his older age, like he has that one scene with Tommy's wife where he's just like, "Hey, stop taking people in. Like we got to protect our own." And that kind of goes back to season one with kind of how he was as a character then, and we've kind of developed him up. So the fact that we get a little bit of a curve back to what he used to be, I like that we're getting different sides of his character early on.
And it's very nice to see Pedro acting with his face, since his other show we don't ever get to see his face. So
This is true.
we can actually see emotion now.
This is true. Um, I saw an interview with him, and they asked him something like, "Hey, will your Game of Thrones death be like the most like gut wrenching death that you ever have in a movie or TV show?" And he's like, "Yeah, I think so." And I'm like, "That was a pretty damn good death.
Yeah,
Like it sucked, but like wasn't expecting it at the time, kind of
that was
thing."
definitely that was a death scene. That was gruesome.
Dude, you remember the days of Game of Thrones when you didn't know who the fuck was gonna die? Every episode, it was like everybody was on the table.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
We
dude, I
even
tell you,
have
the first time I saw the season one in Game of Thrones and Ned Stark dies, I was like, no fucking way. There's no way that the main character of this show, Sean Bean, cannot fucking die again. There's no way. And yeah, he died.
honestly, I was thrown off when Rob got killed.
Yeah.
I thought honestly, I thought he was going to be kind of the guy towards the end of the series, kind of lead Winterfell and everything. Anyways, this is not the last. This is not a Game of Thrones
We're talking about a different show.
podcast. Like 20 minutes later, oh fuck, we're supposed to be reviewing The Last of Us, not Game of Thrones. Getting off on a tangent, sir. Getting off on a tangent. Um, but yeah, I think those scenes are really good. So I do want to talk about Caitlin Dever for just a minute because she is the one that plays Abby. And Nick, I don't know if you know this, but she was originally fan casted as the person that all the fans wanted to play as Ellie for the show. And the fact that she's coming back, but now as Abby, I thought was really interesting. Did you know anything about that?
You think they took? I did not. You think they took the fan cast to heart and was like, well, she definitely needs to be in the show, but obviously we can't retrocast her. So
I think they were being trolls, to be honest with you. Just trolling the fans. And just the brief little bit that we've gotten with her in this show, which we've only gotten, 5 minutes of screen time, if even that. I like her in this role. I think she's going to do good. It seems like she's going to bring a little bit more of a little bit more of emotion to this character. She's not going to be just one note. But yeah, man, ultimately, I think this is a great first episode for season two. The clicker stuff in the market was great. We get introduced to the stalker variety, and I thought they did a good job of making that very tense, bringing some horror esque vibes to it, and Ellie was kind of thrown off too. She seemed super fucking confident walking into that marketplace, and then once the stalker was stalking, uh, she lost
yeah,
all of
she
her
was
shit,
definitely
and she didn't know how to handle it,
overconfident,
which
and
I thought was
then
great.
mm-hmm. Yeah, and I like the her getting bit and then trying to cover up her getting bit by cutting herself up and sewing herself up.
Right? Like she just getting a knife, cutting herself. I was like, God damn, bruh. Like, just keep yourself covered. How about that? It's your fucking belly. How often are you showing that
Right.
in the fucking winter? Like, it should be somewhat healed by then, right? I mean, just a little bit.
Right.
I mean, it's been what, 7 years since that person bit me? I mean, I can still vaguely see it, I guess. But no one knows
There's
unless
the
I tell
shadow
them.
there.
No one knows unless I tell them. So, yeah, man, great episode. I honestly have not watched any trailers for the rest of the season, so I don't know where it's going. I don't know where they're stopping at. They said they needed 7 episodes to tell the story that they wanted to tell, and it was not the complete game. So,
Right.
very
I think
interested
they
to see
said
where.
they were going to be doing part 2 in 2 seasons.
I don't know. Yeah, like it's definitely if they ever made a decision to just do it in one season, that would have been a huge mistake. Because I think honestly, part one should have been done in 2 seasons. I think there should have been 2 seasons per game. But getting Pedro Pascal for 4 seasons probably would have been tough though. So that's probably why. But anyways, yeah, great episode. Great episode. I'm ready to see the next one. As soon as it ended, I was like, yeah, just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in and I'm fucking ready to
Right.
go.
Here I was just raving about the fact that they're starting to do 1 episode releases again, and now I'm just like, God damn it, I kind of want to watch a second one now.
Everybody else gives us 2 or 3 episodes at a time for the first episode, for the first release. Why are
For the
y'all not
first,
doing
yeah, the
this?
release. Right. Let's
Disney
take one
Plus.
out of the yeah, let's take one out of the Andor game, okay? They're giving us 3 episodes a week.
And like Disney Plus releases 2 episodes for the premiere. For
Yeah.
Daredevil Born Again, they did for the Acolyte, which we won't talk about. They also did it for like all the other shows too.
We should have got 2 hours. Just at least for the first week. Just for the first week.
You know, I was laying in bed last night. This is like 9 o'clock at night. I was like, you know what? I wouldn't mind playing some video games. I need to watch this episode because we plan on recording it tomorrow. I was like, you know what? How about this? How about I watch like 20, 30 minutes of this and then I'll play the game. And needless to say, I watched the whole fucking episode. I was like, I'm glued. I'm hooked. I'm ready to finish it.
Watch the whole episode and you're clicking for the next one. You're like, why isn't it there? I need it now.
Which I think in about 15 minutes we can watch the next episode, sir.
We can, but I'm gonna have to wait. My wife does watch the show with us or with me. So that's one of those Sunday nights we have The Last of Us to watch. So
all right, yeah, I'm gonna go partake in about 15 minutes. But guys, y'all drop us a comment down below of what you thought about the season premiere for season 2 of The Last of Us. What do you think about some of the changes that they made with Abby right off the bat? Let us know down in the comments below. And yeah, guys, we got this coming up, and we also have Andor season 2 also. So Nick, I'm putting Nick to work over the next several
3
weeks.
days. 3 days. I got to watch 3 episodes very quickly.
I am putting him to work, guys. Okay, so I hope y'all like TV shows because we're gonna be reviewing the fuck out of them for the next month and a half. That is going to be it from us. We will catch y'all next week on episode 2. Laters.